And it's Joel Comm for the Top 5 Scope, episode number 25, the top 5 tips for podcasting. And I got a special guest here today.
Yeah.
This is my friend Michael O'Neill, the host of the very successful Solopreneur Hour.
Hello.
How long is this Solopreneur Hour?
It's the show itself. I've been asked that a number of times.
Please say it's an hour.
I've been asked that so many times for people that I've invited on the show. Like, how long do you need me for? I'm like, well, it says an hour right in there.
It's like going into the dollar store and saying, how much is this?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
$1.
So it's an hour.
I like
typically at a minimum, it's an hour.
For fun, I like to go into the dollar store and say, how much is this? How much is this? And you just know, they're like sitting there going,
you're the 47th person today.
Another one of those. Okay, don't stop the love from coming.
I love my job.
We need hearts. Hearts sustain us. They are like the battery of the periscope. It's like turning the crank so that the monkeys will do this. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do the top 5 tips for podcasting with Michael O'Neill. Again, it's episode number 25 of the top 5 scope. And we're going to get started with, reasonably so, number 1. What's our number 1 tip?
I will say, in addition to this, we say podcasting, a lot of these can be translated to almost any online business.
Like periscoping?
Like periscoping, for instance, right. So when you are in the car and you're listening to NPR or the morning news or whatever, or Howard Stern, whatever you listen to in the morning, and you switch over to someone's janky sounding podcast, they go, oh, this is what podcasting is? And they're out. So the first thing about podcasting is you need to have good sound quality.
Good sound quality. And so we're actually not demonstrating it now.
How can you hook up a mic to?
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can. You can just go into the, you just take this and put the jack on it and then you go. But, for example, this is what Michael uses for his podcast. And when he's traveling on the road, he brought 2 of these with him. This Heil microphone supposedly is top notch.
Fancy.
And
it doesn't have to be that fancy. You have in your office an ATR 2100, which is a $50 microphone.
Yes.
Or $30, like on Black Friday sale.
Right.
And it's a great sounding mic for USB and XLR, so it's really great.
Thanks, Roberto. Appreciate that. And then he's got the Zoom up.
That is the holy grail podcasting device right there. Here's what's cool about this. This is a digital recorder. I don't record to software. I don't believe in it. I believe in Guns N' Roses and the Foo Fighters and people on stage recording into hardware versus recording to my computer.
Okay.
A couple reasons why. Number 1, if something should happen with Skype and Skype drops the call, I'm still recording. I can still talk and I can cover and the show still goes on.
And people that are on Skype, it's going into there as well.
That's right. So if the call drops on Skype, I can cover and the show, they'll reconnect. The audience will never know they were gone for a minute.
Got it.
And it's great. The other thing is, this is totally portable. I can plug a regular microphone into it, and we're going to record a show. It's going to sound studio quality with these three pieces of gear. And the other great part is, if you do any video, this goes right to the top of a tripod or an XLR. You can put a microphone. It clips right onto this thing. You have great sound for all of your videos.
Beautiful.
So that's the Zoom H6.
Right here. So number 1, sound quality is essential. Number 2 in our top 5 tips for podcasting.
Number 2 is to nail your brand.
Nail it.
This is the Zoom H6, and you can do the H5 or the H4n. You got to nail your brand. Here's why. When you say, "Oh, I want to do a podcast on puppies," right? And you find that 6 months down the road, you're not that into puppies.
Well, puppies grow up. That's the problem.
You got to keep renewing your puppies. Right. I was thinking of a guy's dating service where you just rented puppies.
Oh,
how great would that be?
Huge for in popular cities. If you don't have a dog, to rent a dog to take to the park with you. Dogs are chick magnets.
$1 million idea right there. So if you find yourself 6 months down the road doing something that you're not really that into, we just talked about someone we knew who had a podcast that they didn't love, and it faltered. And that's because what they were doing the show on didn't really resonate with them. It's because they didn't have that brand that they nailed.
They were just going through the motions.
Right.
I want to do a podcast, but I really don't know why I want to do it. Roberto wants to know any reason to get an H5 instead of an H4n.
The H5 replaced the H4n, and so it's got more technology. But the number 1 reason between the two is these knobs This makes it so much easier for gain. The H4n, you have to like click a button and click, 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 click to get the different gain.
I want somebody to meme a picture of Michael now that just says these knobs.
These knobs.
Okay, so number 2.
So nail your
brand.
You got to nail your brand.
Nail
it's
it.
very important.
Number 3.
Number 3 is to no. That's actually a great book. Thank you for reminding me, Sam. There's a great book called Zag by Marty Neumeier that will help you nail your brand. So that's what you want. Next is...
Wait. Stop the periscope. Chicks dig dogs or dudes with dogs? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both.
Number 3.
Be original. So just because you heard you read someone's blog or you heard someone's show and they're successful, doesn't mean you have to do an exact clone of that.
I want to do a podcast that talks to successful entrepreneurs.
Oh, please inspire me.
Finds out why they're so successful.
Oh, dude.
Sorry, that was in bad taste. You know what? That was like a visual putting my foot in my mouth. That was in bad taste.
Well, the point is that sometimes people attribute success to the format of a show. And that's not why they're successful. Mm-hmm. It's because they nailed their brand, they're talking about something they really love, they've got great sound quality, and they're doing something that really resonates with them and who they are. It's like it's part of their core. When you think about the people you know in media, you're not like think about all of the media icons from Howard Stern to Barbara Walters to Jimmy Fallon. Mm-hmm. Each one of them has a real original sense about them. Right. And that's because that's who they are. And it's like if you are pissing off 50% of the people, you're doing it exactly right. Right? You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Are we doing that with you right now?
So yeah, we've literally lost half, so we're doing it perfectly right.
Excellent. So yeah, so do your own thing. Like don't be afraid to take the risk and be that original and follow your passion. Just because nobody's done it before, that's actually the indicator that you can do it.
You want people to meet you in real life and go, oh my God, you're the same person you are on your show.
Right.
You go, yes. That's you finding your voice, and that's what you really want to do.
Yeah, so in person, he's actually a 5'1" lady, so he's not the same, but
sure.
we're not doing well with Mike. Okay, so
sorry,
the original.
Mike.
Number 4 in our top 5 tips for podcasting is...
If you are doing some guest prep, and I'm about to interview like Joel Comm, it's my first time. I'm very nervous because he's very iconic.
It's not the first time we've done it before.
I'm saying if I'm a new podcaster,
like it's first
right?
time, okay.
And I've written down a bunch of cool questions because I want to ask you, because I know you're a successful author, you know a ton about Twitter, you know a ton about AdSense, you know a ton about a ton. I'm so excited. So I've written down a bunch of questions. But all of a sudden we get into this great conversation. I don't have to crowbar every question I wrote down just because I wrote them down. It's a very rookie move to do that. Mm-hmm. If we're having a great conversation, go with the conversation. If you don't get to half your questions, fine.
Just do this with your question.
Yeah, eject. Eject.
And we still need that, though, because we're at number 5.
That's right, I will remember it. But don't be afraid to eject from your questions.
Eject. Okay,
it's a rookie move not to.
Don't do rookie moves. And number 5, and I'm going to listen closely for this one.
When is the last time you were on a show and you shared something pretty deep or pretty insightful?
I know where you're going. And they'll go, that's great.
Awesome.
Right.
So when you're like, I just told you, like, I just dropped a nuclear value bomb on this show. And the guy just goes, awesome. So when you started, you're like, wow, you're not even going to respond to what I just said? He wasn't being an active listener. He was just trying to get... But I wrote this down. And I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just going to tell you what I just wrote. That's what you want to do.
Awesome.
It makes you feel so good.
Be an active listener.
Yeah, you got to listen.
Let's review our top 5 tips for podcasting from a guy who knows. Number 1, sound quality is essential. Make sure you have good gear, Richard. Number 2.
To do, nail your brand.
Nail it.
Zag by Marty Neumeier. Buy that book.
Get it down. Know who you are, and don't be afraid to be who you are. In fact, that plays right into number 3, which is be an original. You are an original. You're created with your own passions, talents, skills, abilities, unique personality that makes you you. There will never be another you. You are it.
When they made you, they broke the mold.
Use it, baby. Number 4.
Don't be afraid to eject from your questions.
Eject. And number 5, be an active listener. When you're talking to your guests, actually use your ear holes and then your brain, assuming you have one, and respond to them accordingly. And your show will be more authentic, It will be more engaging. It will be more entertaining. People will appreciate it more. Has this content been valuable? If so, give us lots of hearts. Hit us.
Share and heart and whatever you do. No,
Where's our hearts?
heart. Just tack.
There you go.
I'll teach you how to play a paradiddle. Just do that to your screen. Yeah, earballs. I say earballs a lot on my show.
All right, top 5 scope. Usually 5 days a week right here on the Periscopes. And so if you would follow me and follow at Solo Hour, because he does his Periscopes as well.
Yeah.
Of course, you can tweet either one of us. If there's a top 5 scope that you would like to suggest to moi, then tweet me at Joel Comm with hashtag top 5 scope. And there's that. And what else we got?
Wait. Mike's asking, are you doing scopes now? This is number 25?
Number 25.
Yeah, 25 top 5 scopes from Mr. Joel
25
Comm.
under the
At
balls.
Joel Comm.
Boom. Of course, all top 5 scopes are then uploaded to YouTube. They're on my blog at joelcomm.com and on the Book of Faces. Thanks for joining us today. Any last words, Mr. O'Neill?
Give someone close to you a hug.
Down Periscope. See ya. Stuff sticker, okay?
Should you cover the hairline? That's great. There it is.
Wait, I got it.